Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on this channel, and today I'm going to talk about tips and tricks in Overwatch. Enjoy! So here we are with tip number 1, and that is to look out for your ammunition and think about your crosshair sights. I have two examples, and that's Reaper and Soldier 76. And we'll begin with Reaper. For example, Reaper has shotguns, and if you look in the middle of the screen, you'll see a big round circle with a little dot inside of it. That's my crosshair as a Reaper. Now, if I would shoot at this range, for example, with his shotguns, I would do almost no damage, as you can see on the health of the training bot. But if I were to stand in a much closer distance, I would do even more damage. Well, that's not enough. So if we just wait until this guy responds, just like that. As you can see, if I were to stand in this range, this is the range that you want to be in as a Reaper. If I would shoot him twice, I need to shoot him twice in the chest to kill him with my shotguns. But back there, I shot him, I aimed for his head and shot, and I didn't even do a 15th of his health. So, and if I were to shoot at his head, I would insta-kill him. So think about your range depending on what hero you have, and that's the thing about your crosshair. And now I will move on to Soldier 76 and show you his crosshair. Hello and welcome back. And as you can see, a Soldier's aim or crosshair is much smaller and more precise. So if I want to shoot at a range like this, his weapon is much more accurate, and it does not have such a bullet spread, and so it's much easier to hit target at a long range. For example, I can even stand at this range and still hit my target very good. When it comes to training bots. And as Soldier 76, you want to keep your enemies at the distance like this. Now your enemies won't have a giant head like these training bots do, but you want to stand at the distance between like this and this. But you don't want to face off with Widowmaker in a range like this. Just don't. Just run. You have no chance. If you stand in a range like this is okay. This is the limit that you can stand. It's not that very great. You need to be much more accurate to hit your targets. And if you were to stand in a fight like this, and they were moving around, I'll show you on these spots over here. At least I think it's much harder if they're moving. I need to stand in a range like this. So it's just me who is aiming very bad. Yeah, it's me aiming bad, but you know what I'm talking about. And think about your ammunition as well. So you won't run in a fight with, like, for say 1 bullet. That's too small, but like 5 bullets and hit the target. Oh no, he has too much. It's very low health, and then your ammunition ends because you have no more bullets, and they end up with a slight about 5 HP, but they have more bullets than you, and then they will kill you. So think about your ammunition, and don't be afraid to spam your shots because you have an infinite amount of ammunition. If you look in the bottom right, you can see the 2 numbers. The first one is how many shots you can have, and the second one is how many you have currently now. Moving on to the next tip. Welcome back, and we're moving on now to tip 2. And it's to time your ultimates and try to make as much combos as you can with them. For example, if right now I'm playing Zarya, and I have my ultimate, and if I were to have maybe a Reaper on my team, a Reaper on my team, and the whole enemy team would be grouped on here, I could just use my ultimate, just like this, and it would take all of them into the center, and the Reaper could just run in and use his, and then we'll have a team wipe. So try to combine your ultimates and time them correctly to make amazing team wipes. And tip 3 right now is to be friendly. If you're running around and telling everyone that they suck at this game and because you maybe lose an objective, you blame on your teammates. They will not play better, it won't help them at all. If you would be nice and tell someone that they did a good job, for example, if the enemy tried to push in on your objective and you lose your ulti and you save the day, give him a compliment. He will be happy about that and he will listen to you more often. People will listen to you more often than you think if you will be nice. It's much easier if you're being nice. It will help everyone. If you're just being naughty and not nice, the only one that will help is your enemies, because they are the only ones who will win on it, because your team is going to play better. So just be nice, especially in competitive. And I have a minor tip to this as well. It's not minor, it's a bonus. If you're playing competitive, if you have a mic, you have a microphone all the time, it doesn't matter, but use the voice communication. It helps a lot. If you're holding an objective and a Farah comes behind, no one sees but you, don't say anything. If you don't say anything, you will die probably. And even if she has an ult, it's going to end bad. If you tell your teammates that a Farah comes behind them and they listen to you, if you're being nice, or they will just listen to you even if you're not nice, if they listen to you, they will take notice and they will look behind them and they will kill a Farah. And if they hadn't, maybe she had her ult up and she would have teamwiped the whole team. So use your voice communication, it will help everyone as well. Now, moving on to the next tip. The tip number 4 is to pick a hero last to improve your skill with all kinds of heroes. In my opinion, in my experience, most of players will either pick assault or offense or defense. In my experience, not many people have picked tanks or supports if they are forced to in a competitive play, for example. If you pick hero last, if you're used to be the fastest guy in your team to pick McCree, for example, and the others, they don't care, maybe they just pick, that doesn't matter, and you pick a McCree and the others take tanks and supports, you will win in your own, you will play better with McCree. But this is not a main game, it's not that you main one thing, one hero, and try to be as good as you can with him or her. But the thing is, if you take your hero last, if maybe your team picks maybe a Genji, a Mei, Junkrat, and maybe a Reinhardt, and there's only one slot left, you can maybe pick a Lucy or Mercy, and you have never played them before. Now you get the chance. It will only improve your skill, and it will let other players play the roles that they would like. So it's a win-win situation. Only thing is that you want to play the hero that you like. Maybe you like Mercy, even if you don't know it. Maybe you love Mercy, you will make her in the future instead of McCree. Who knows? Moving on. Tip number 5 is to have a well-rounded team in your match or round. If you would like to have, like, for example, I've seen time to time we are having like one Widowmaker, one Hanzo, one Symmetra, one Bastion, Tracer, and a Genji. It never happened that. But for example, it would be very hard to win the match, except if your enemies are very blind, bad, yeah. If you have like a well-rounded team, if you have like a Reinhardt, a Mercy, maybe a Junkrat, Bastion, and a Soldier, and a Zarya as a minor tank. You have 2 tanks, 1 support, and 2 defense, and 1 offense. It's fine, it's a well-rounded team. You have tanks, you have support. You will win much easier if you have a well-rounded team. Have at least 1 tank or at least 1 support. If you have 2, that's great. I would recommend having, for example, I would count Reinhardt and Roadhog as a main tank, and Lucio and Mercy main healer or support. And like Zarya, Winston, and D.Va are minor tanks. They're not the best at being just a tank, but they're very good at doing another special thing. For example, Zarya is maybe not the best at tanking something, but she's very good to disrupt and help your teammates by giving them shields and using your ultimate. D.Va, for example, she's actually not the best at tanking either, but she's a very good flanker, as she dives in with the sniper and kills them, because she's still a tank, you know, so the sniper won't have enough damage to kill her before she kills them. And the same goes for Winston. He's operating a little bit more with the team than D.Va, I think. And he has a shield, so that's the only thing that I would call tank item. Reinhardt has his own shield, and that's the main thing about him. So, have a well-rounded team. It will help your team very much. Moving on to the next tip. Here I am with the next tip, and it's to listen to the in-game sound. And if you haven't noticed yet, all the heroes in the game, or most of them, have different and special sounds they make. If I stand in a corner, and I will hear like a sound like this, I will know it's a Reinhardt coming around the corner, and I can prepare for that. So this is just one example. Reinhardt sound. He makes heavy metal shoe sound, I would call it. And every single hero have a different sound. I'll give you some examples in a moment. Here's Lucio. I don't know if you can really hear it, but it sounds like he's skating. And this is his wall run sound. This is Winston's sound. You can hear his hands when he's grabbing onto the ground and pushing off. It's just you need to listen very carefully. I don't know if it's too high or too low, but try to hear it. This is Hanzo's ultimate sound. This is Zarya's ultimate. This is Junkrat's ultimate sound. And the last example I have here is Solisyn 6 ultimate sound.
I've got you in my sights. Target-rich environment. Resistance neutralized.
That was just some of the ultimate sounds in the game. Moving on to the next tip, and that is to try to know the characters in Overwatch. I will give you a few examples. For example, Reaper counters for Winston. Also why? If this were Winston, my shotguns do very good damage up close. And Winston needs to be up close because his Tesla cannon has not a long range at all. And so, for Winston to take out a Reaper, he needs to be in this range, about this range. And Reaper can easily kill a Bastion in this range. Moving on, Winston counters Widowmaker. I will tell you why. For example, if he were to get up, his lead enables him to get up close with Widowmaker and take it out with ease with his Tesla cannon. It's a cone in front of him, so he does not need to aim. So it's very easy to take her out and to ignore some of the damage that she deals to you. Before when you land, drop your barrier shield down, and that would mitigate maybe 50 damage. So Winston counters Widowmaker. But Widowmaker counters Reaper. For Reaper to do any damage to Widowmaker, he needs to be up close. Widowmaker is a sniper, so she gives no fuck. For example, if Reaper were down there, she could have been up in this range here. He could have done nothing. And Widowmaker would just have killed him. Super easy. And if he were to come close, she would use her Venom Mine, detect him, and run away. Number 8 is to know when to swap heroes in Overwatch. Try not to swap too much. If you're playing a game and there is a Roadhog, you switch to Zenyatta, you place a Discord on him, and then you kill him super easy. Because of his large hitbox and large health pool, Roadhog is a very easy target for Zenyatta, except if he gets hooked. But then you find, oh no, there's a Genji on the team, I can just switch to Winston and kill him with ease. Then you change again, and you'll kill Genji, but then you find out that's another hero who catches you, and you will keep on changing all the time. And you swap too much, you will never get, for the first thing, you will never get your ultimate charged up. Second of all, you'll just change positions, it will be very hard, and maybe, just maybe, your allies will try to build around your hero and change all the time as well. So try not to swap too much, it will just be bad for the team. Now the next part of this tip is just not to main too much. And I'll tell you why. If you play in a game and there is like Pharah, for example, there is no one who Pharah counters, well, maybe you can still play Pharah, but then maybe there's a soldier who counters Pharah, and then the soldier will kill her with ease, and she doesn't change. She doesn't change at all. Maybe she could have changed to Widowmaker and kill soldier, but then there was no hero that could kill Widowmaker. She could have done that, but she doesn't care. She wants to play good with Pharah, and so she keeps on playing Pharah. I don't really know. So don't swap too much to counter every hero you see to get countered by another one. Don't main one hero and never swap because you want to be good with that hero. You can't do that in competitive play. You can't do that in quick play, but don't do it. Know when to swap. It will help your team very much. Moving on to the last tip. Moving on to the next tip on this list, or the last one, and the biggest, and that is to practice. If you watch this video or any other guide video and you look and you listen to my voice and listening what I have to tell you and follow my advice, maybe you do it and then you don't play anything like, oh, when I play again, I know all of these things, I will be the best player in the whole world. No, you need to practice. You can't become better if you don't do it. That's the whole thing. It takes 10,000 hours of something to be good at it or pro at it. So practice. Practice makes perfect. And you're done with that, practice more. And just after that, keep on practicing. After food and dinner, practice. After you practice there, go to bed, and after that, practice. No, don't go to bed. Keep on practicing. Okay? Practice is the best thing you can do. Now, if you have watched through the whole of this video, I'm very thankful you did that. And if you drop a like on the video, I will be even more happy. And I'm really sorry about the bad quality on the video. And if it sounds bad, which it probably is, I will get a new microphone on my birthday, and it's soon. So just, if you will and can, just stand by and listen to my bad voice in this microphone. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.